Hello friends, today I am going to discuss uh, how to use functions in Python. So what is the functions? A functions is a block of code which only runs when it is called. So if you can pass data known as a parameters into a function. So a functions can return a data as a result. So how to create a functions? So there are the many ways we can use and create of these functions. So let's see. Just I am sort something just here because size has been they look like these things just okay. Don't worry. Let's see. Just I need to go here. Okay, so into okay. So let's see. So we can see most of the letters. Okay, now I think it is clear. So let's see. Just I am going to here the functions means first I am going to write here the define these functions. So define my functions. I have written parenthesis colon print hello from a mathematics like my functions I am going to and right here what happens just I have written only the my functions and it has been created like this one. Okay, so it has been created like this is a wheel. So same way I think my internet is look like a slow. Yeah, it has been done. So let's see. I have going to change here. Hello, from here I am going to change here. Hello statistics, right? And print here. And now I am going to write my underscore functions. So to call a functions, use a functions name followed by parenthesis. So don't mistake this one. So sometime if we do not like a put to the parenthesis, it is not a working, like. So you can use this is a way you can create. So now I am going to write here def and my underscore function. Okay, and go ahead. Otherwise you can write here my underscore something home, right, and start here parenthesis, now the colon, and let's see is it working and not working. And you are writing here print and then you can go to write here hello world, hello world, right. And I am going to print here my home, my underscore home. So look here, your functions has been created and need to parenthesis. So let's see what happened. So it is not a printing. So let's see what happens just here. So I think go back here and now it has been, yeah, good. So you have created your own functions. My home is your functions. So many times so you can create your own functions. So don't worry. So you have to understand these steps. So how to create your functions? So creating a functions means now you have created your own functions. So this can has been written later creating a function, right. So you can create your own functions. Another, just calling of functions, just we have already mentioned. Next, arguments. Arguments means informations can be passed into functions as arguments. So like arguments are specified after the function's name. So inside the parentheses you are writing the some elements, some objects, like this way. So you can add as the many arguments as you want, and just separate them with the commas. So now we take us some we see as a one example, like a example has a functions of the one argument, like anything. Just here I am going to write here, I'm using the same functions, don't worry. Let's say, yeah, just you can see here I have already written here, define def, and my functions I have taken an argument my name, and now I am going to the print my name plus ref snes, and my functions have been written here something. One character is one word as a money, and second functions has been written email, and third functions has been uh, TOBIAS, and another has been written. So look here, I can also the add. So look here your functions, so you can write the so many terms. Okay, so you can also create it. Is it possible to you can take any numeric value? Yes, let's see. My underscore and functions I have been created here, and now I am going to write one integer. Yeah, another you can also write the two integers, and another you can take a floats. Okay, so let's see what happens. Just is it able to print here? No. So I am creating one problem look like this one. So my functions take the one positions argument, but the three were given. Okay, so let's see. So argument needs to the one position. So now I am going to correct here. So I am writing again, I am getting a problem. Just look here. So print my name. Okay, so my name plus ref sense. So look here, so my name I have given here the my name as a characters. Okay, so this, so on supports operand types for the plus, integers and strings. But if you want to write here something like a string types of anything, look here, just listen. Okay, then it is working. So in future we will see how to write the floats and some regular words also you can how to use here. So this one is the way to write here arguments, how to put arguments. Next is the parameter and arguments. What is the difference? Just the parameter is a variable listed inside the parenthesis in the functions definitions, and arguments is a value that is sent to the functions when it is called. So number of the arguments here, so I have here putting define my functions. So my name is the one argument and another is the L name. So let's see, I have put it to do, and I can easily write here both has been printed, right? Similarly, if you try to call a function with the 1 to 3 arguments, 1, 2, 3 arguments. So yeah, it is a possible to get here. Look here, first f name and l name. So f name, it contains look like this, and another is the email. So it has been create the some problem because the functions expect the two arguments, but you want to create three arguments, so you can get some mistakes. So first we are going to discuss here, I am going to discuss here arbitrary arguments. What is the this is the very important. So arbitrary arguments means if you do not know how many arguments that will be passed into your functions, so you can need to put here a star and arguments. Like here I have been putting kids, I have put kids as a arguments. So let's see, now I am going to the print the younger child is and plus the kids 2 as a arguments. So now I am going to look here my functions email, Tobies and Luis. So this means just look here. So this argument, so look here, the youngest child is already I am going to print here, and I have written the kids. So the kids child is and I need to the kids Linus means second positions. Look here, it has been the list like a second 0, 1 and 2. If you write here as a 1st position, so look here what happened, it has been printed like Tobies. And if you write here print here 0th positions, so it will printed like a email right here. So this is way to the argument, and you can also take here. But what happens if you are going to take here the 3, because you don't have the third elements in these functions, so you can create a error. So I think it is understand how to write here if you have already create any other list and something. And now the another is the keyword arguments. Means keyword arguments is not a different way. Just you can also send the argument with the key will equal to value syntax. So let's see, just I have create here my functions, define my functions, and I have written here like a keyword argument. So there are 3, child 3, child 2 and child 1. And now print the youngest child is plus child 3. But my functions child 1 will equal to email, child 2 will equal to Tobies and child 3 will equal to Louis. So if you write here the child 3, so look here what happened, just it has been, if you write here plus child 3, so child 3 you have mentioned here, but here you can intimate here, right here. So Linus is your child 3. So the phrase keyword arguments are often shortened to KWARG in a Python documentations. Similarly, what happens if arbitrary keyword arguments? So you need to understand double star KWARGs. So arbitrary keyword arguments, it can represent as this way. This is a way to you can see the has been written sometimes. So if you do not know how many keywords arguments that will be passed into your functions, add 2 asterisks like this 2 stars. Okay, so asterisk, so before the parameters name in the function's definition look like this: if the number of the keyword arguments is known, add or double stars before the parameter's name. So look here, my define my functions and double star kit. So and print his last name is like here Lenin, and look here what happened, just last name has been here reversed. So LNAME has been given, and so it is possible to the L name is has been recorded. If you write here in a F name, so look here what happened, just it has been created the first, right? So this is a way if you don't know how many parameters that will be. Now the default parameters, so there are some specific example you can use as a default parameters value. So if we call the functions without argument, it is use a default value. So like here, just I write here the default parameter value means if we call the functions without argument. So let's see the define my functions like a country Norway, and the print I am from a country right here. So if I write here, and my functions is the Sweden, and another functions is India, another functions is like a empty, and another is the Brazil right here. So the empty functions will fill automatically look like this, right? So this is a way to default parameters can be applied here. Now the passing the list as an argument, so we can easily understand the list and dictionary. So passing the list means you can send any data types of argument to a functions like a string, numbers, list, dictionary, etc. So it will be treated as the same data types inside the functions. So let's see, if you send a list as an argument, it will still be a list when it reaches the like a functions. So I have created my functions as a for and colon. After that the for, I am using the for look for x in a foo and print x. Now the proofs it has been creating as a list. So in the foo as a variables, it contains apple, banana and cherry. Now I am going to print my functions. So let's see. So it has been printed all elements from the list. Similarly, the return values. Return values means to let a functions return a value, use a return statements. So return statements means we define my functions as a x and this one. But we don't know what x you can depend on what do you want. So let's see x as a variable. Now the print my functions 3 because now I am putting a value like a x will equal to 3. Similarly I am putting a value here x will equal to 5 and print x my functions x will equal to 9. So directly I am putting a value and I am getting an output here 15 because whenever the 3 will multiply with the 5 you can get a 15. Similarly the 5 will multiply with the 5 you can get a 25, and this is a way to we can create a return value. Now another is the pass statement. So pass statements like a functions definitions, like it cannot be empty. Pass statement means it can't be empty, but if you for the some reasons have a functions definition with a no content, put in a pass statement to avoid getting an error. Like just if I have written here and I don't have the any arguments in this here, so look here you don't get any error right here. Now recursions as a Pythons also accept the functions recursion. So most of the interview questions also has been asked what is the recursions in Python. So which means just defined functions can call itself. So recursions is a common mathematical and programming concept. It means that functions call itself L and benefit a meaning that you can loop through a data and reach a results. So developers should be very careful with the recursions, as it can be a quite easy and to slip to writing of functions which never terminates like here, because whenever you write the 20 page, 30 page, 100 page of coding, just you can not able to get a output and something. But means today these days we are using the artificial intelligence, so it is doing a better and better every day. So now the example, just a try recursions is a functions and that we have a defined to a call itself recurse, and we use a k variable as a data, and which like a just you can use a -1, yeah, decrements, right, decreasing value, and every time we recurse, the recursions ends when the conditions is not a greater than 0, this type of. So most of the new developers, it means it can take the some time to work out how exactly this work in the best way to find out the testing and modification most of the time just here. So recursions example, just here I am going to write here try recursions, okay, as a function, and now the k, it is represent here, and now if the k is greater than 0 and colon, result is the k plus try recursions, and now k minus 1 print a result, and I am using also the else if the result will equal to 0 and return a result, and the print backwarded n, and again a n recursions example and result the try recursions. So let's see, this has been like a output here has been given 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, and again it has been written the 21. So same you can write here, if the try here the 5, and just you have written 5, and let's see the recursions will be created like this way, 1, 3, 6, okay. So this is a way to you can use how to create and this functions. So I hope it is it will be helpful for everyone, because I try to means how to the next time. So next means we can also use the Python lambda. What is the lambda? Lambda functions means a small and anonymous functions, right here. So how to use a lambda in a Python? So this is also the important and to try to understand lambda, right. So we can use a lambda functions. So lambda functions is a small anonymous functions, and lambda functions can take the any numbers of arguments, and but can only have one expression. So lambda arguments and expressions, so the expressions is executed and the result is returned. So suppose I want to here add 10 arguments like a. So if you I am going to add here, so let's see, add 12 arguments right here, 12 arg arguments like a, okay. So how do I write here? So first I am going to write as a variable x will equal to lambda lambda, and a, and this one now a, and plus I am going to write here meter 12, okay. Now I am going to write here print and x, and you can start the file. Okay, so let's see. Yani fifth value will equal to the look like a 17 because a you are putting the 5, and now if you are going to put here a will equal to 3, so it will be 15, and similarly if you are going to put here 60, so it is, so this one is a lambda functions. And so lambda functions can take the any numbers of arguments. So multiply arguments, similarly you can use here the multiple arguments, so you can here use multiple arguments. So now I am going to like this, and now I am using here same functions. Look here, whenever it will multiplied a with the 12, so I have put 60 here, so you can get the output here. Similarly I want to summarize like arguments a, b and c. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So I am going to the summarize here lambda like a comma b comma c. So I am taking a comma b comma c comma b comma c, and now right put here colon, and here you going to a plus b plus c, and I need to the put here a total number of, there are 3 arguments, so we need to put here the 3 value, means you are, I am putting here 2 comma 3 comma 5. Now I am going to get a result here, so I have gotten a result. Look here, whenever they added all these terms, similarly I am going to the multiply. So I am going to the multiply these arguments, so it is possible to work like this. So look here, this one is a look like this. Okay, so I hope it is a clear how to use a lambda and how to. So sometimes questions has been arises why use a lambda functions. So the power of the lambda functions is better shown when we use them as a anonymous functions inside another functions. So if just if we understand, just you have a functions definition, right? That you take the one argument, and that argument will be multiplied with the just unknown numbers. So unknown number in the sense, just I am going to write here unknown number, in the sense I am going to define my functions here, my fun, I just write here functions, and like this n, okay, and colon. And now I want to get something like a return here, so let's see the return a lambda here. So I write here return lambda, okay, return lambda, and I am putting some arguments lambda a, and to represent as a and multiple of these n. Now I am going to create my another variables like look here my count, okay. So my count here, my count as a functions. Okay. Go back. So here we need to put here n, and my count as a variable. I am going to my functions. So myfunc. I have already written, and need to put here some value like here. So what happened, just I am going to print and parenthesis like a my count, like a my count, my right, my count. So look here, because I am putting here like this, so I am going to putting yani my count, and we don't have the any value, so need to the put here any value like 10, and then we can go to print here. So my FUNC, I think IFUNC, and my FCOUNT, okay, where should I get the some mistakes like A into N. So use the same functions definitions and make of functions is the always the triples the numbers if you send. So my count has been written like this. So I think, let's see, I have a lambda functions. Yes, look here, my count and my FUN. Okay, I have made here the my fun, and I have written here the C. So this has been a mistake in here. Yeah, now look here, now it is a clear. So I write here the value of my count 10, and here is the 2. So one function has been described like a n and another is a. So we can use the same functions definitions to make the both the functions in the same program. So I hope it has been clear, and similarly we can use here the my double, triple, and so many functions. So let's see, just I am copy and paste of these functions like this. So here my functions and a n, and I have double my doublet functions too, and another my triplet has been here. So what happened, just it has been, because first time I am taking as a 2 as a 11, and second time I am taking as a 3 as a with a 11. Okay, similarly it is possible to create any more. Yes, it is possible to create a more functions. So this is a way to understand lambda and this one. I hope it is helpful for everyone. Thank you.